Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and pick some affirmations from my Law of Assumption deck that I created to see what you can be affirming in order to get your manifestations. Okay, for some of you that have been following this channel or know about manifestation, you will definitely hear some like refresher affirmations. Some of these affirmations could be new. Maybe you'll watch this video and start using these affirmations and something will click for you and you will get all of your manifestations instantly. I've actually gotten a lot of messages from people who have watched my manifestation videos, and like what one person literally said, and I quote, I got like a flurry of or avalanche of manifestations all at once because things really click. So that's why I really like making these videos, okay, to keep you on track when it comes to manifestations, just give you some advice on what you can be saying to manifest your goals, dreams, desires, whatever you want to manifest, okay, whether it's like a job, um, career success, relationship, SP. Okay, so yeah, the first card that we have here is I am always worthy. Okay, I love this always. You have always been worthy of love, commitment. You have always been worthy of that perfect job where you get all the benefits that you want, where you're being fairly compensated, where you have great work-life balance. I mean, a lot of you like working remotely, remote job, okay? Don't limit yourself, but whatever it is that you want, literally just saying I am worthy of ABC will help so much, okay? It's kind of just a reminder. You're not even saying it to necessarily affirm because you don't have it. Just tell yourself, oh, I've always been worthy of this. I'm gonna stay being worthy of this. I am worthy of a job where I can do whatever I want and still get paid, and I don't have to work too hard and I still get paid, okay? Like, don't put these limitations on yourself, like, oh, I have to work like 24 hours a day or 5 days a week to get what I want, blah, blah, blah. There are so many ways to be financially stable and rich that don't involve you working that much, okay? Same with your SP. I know a lot of you are trying to manifest love or a specific person or ex or whatever. You've always been worthy of their love. You've always been worthy of commitment. You've always been worthy of being with whoever you want in the way that you want to be with them, okay? You've always been worthy, you're going to be worthy. Just tell yourself, I am worthy of insert positive things that you want to manifest or positive traits. I'm worthy of the best life. Okay, that's even like, a great blanket affirmation. I really like the affirmation, every aspect of my life is thriving. I always talk about that so much on my channel. That just means like every aspect of your life will be thriving. You'll have a great love life, great relationships with other people, social life, career life. You'll be compensated well, okay? So that's definitely a really great affirmation that you can use. Yeah, we also got, it is easy for me to live in the end, okay? I love this because you're just telling yourself like, hey, it's easy for me to stick to my end goal, to the reality that I want to live. It's easy for me to stay true to my manifestations, to my end, I already said that, end goal, desired reality, whatever sounds best to you, okay? I know for a lot of you, if the 3D is like triggering you right now, let's say something like negative happened or the opposite happened, that's still movement. That is still movement. No movement is still movement. Triggering chaotic 3D is still movement because things are shifting for you to get what you want, okay? Positive movement, obviously that's movement too, but a lot of you will just like, see things go like haywire, the opposite, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, what is happening? It's the opposite of what I affirm. That's called purging. But do you always need to go through purging? No, you don't. That's why you can even just create the affirmation that I get my manifestations instantly. I don't need to go through purging. Negative things don't have to happen for me to manifest. My bridge of incidents is so smooth. Actually, there's no bridge of incidents because I just go from point A to point B. I get my manifestations quickly. I manifest instantly. The 3D instantly conforms. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and pick some more cards. Some of these are like repeats, so, or not repeats, but the other one was literally I'm worthy of good things, but we already talked about that. Yeah. Okay, this one. I am receptive to my manifestations. I am now in receiving mode. I am receptive to receiving, receptive to receiving. I now receive all my manifestations all at once. I now receive the best version of my SP, the best relationship I've ever been in. I am open to, the best job offer. I accept this job offer. Say it like you already have it. I'm receptive to only good things. I only manifest good things. The 3D is always showing me what I want. Okay, yeah, definitely get in receiving mode. I know for a lot of you, if you watch stuff like this, maybe like you've been a giver in the past, and at times like you're just like I give too much. Like I need to start receiving, right? So like just saying that, just being like, okay, I'm receptive to only good things. I'm receptive to the best versions of people, the best offers, the best of everything. Yeah, that will also help you manifest really, really fast. This one definitely does work. Like anything along the lines of like saying receptive, open. I know there's a couple of other words. Let me know if you have any good ones. Write them in the comments below. But yeah, I'm receptive to insert thing that you want. I now allow myself to receive. You're not changing anyone else. You're not forcing anyone else. You're not manipulating anyone else. The only person that is changing is you. Actually, you're not even changing yourself. You're just changing your thoughts. You're just stepping into the reality where you have everything you want. Okay? So, or you're becoming the version of yourself that has everything that you want. So that's also something to keep in mind there. I am powerful. Okay, you guys, you doubt your manifestation abilities too much. Too much, okay? You give away a lot of your attention and power to the 3D circumstances. What are circumstances? I've never heard of them. Yeah, 3D time circumstances. These are all just like figments of our imagination. This is what we manifested, okay? So stop thinking that like, oh, just because someone hasn't talked to you in a while, they're never gonna talk to you again. Okay, I've had people like hit me up that I haven't even talked to since middle school. Like they just came out of the woodwork. I mean, I wasn't necessarily manifesting for them. But, like my point is, you know, actually I was like, you know, an old friend from the past is gonna hit me up, and I had like 2 people do that, and I was like, oh my god, it was so refreshing because yeah, it was definitely nice hearing from them again. But my point is like I didn't talk to them since middle school. I am now like 25. I'm 25 years old. Middle school was when I was like 13. Yeah, 12 years. I didn't talk to them in 12 years. They hit me up. Yeah. And actually, yeah, one of them started hitting on me, but that's a whole story. But my point is, it does not matter what the circumstances are. Does not matter that, you know, they told you they never want to be with you. They never want to see you again. That this, and this. Like I cannot keep track of the amount of stories that I've seen where people have said exactly that just for them to come back, come begging for the person they said that to. That actually happened to me. Someone actually said something really mean to me, like, oh, I never cared about you, blah, blah, blah. This was one of my SPs. Like, I think the very first SP that I was manifesting that I didn't want anymore, no offense. But yeah, like, he literally came back and said, like, I didn't mean that. I was just angry, blah, blah, which was true. Like, it did hurt, but I knew, like, that wasn't really him speaking. But, yeah, anyways, he did come back, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not into you anymore, but thank you. Thanks anyways. But I'm not saying, like, you know, you should just not. My point is, like, there were certain SPs that maybe I manifested back that I didn't want anymore, and I'm not saying, like, you know, you should just not want them either. I'm not saying that at all. You can have whoever you want show up the way that you want them to show up as. You just have to think from that perspective. You just have to step in that reality where that's happening. The best way to do that is to just affirm. Just tell yourself, like, okay, you know what? This person is acting the way that I want them to, period. Because I mean, that's it. That's it. This person is acting the way that I want them to. They're the best version of themselves. Because there's infinite realities, right? If you manifested the reality where your person's acting in a way that's triggering you, I promise you can manifest a reality where they're not doing that. So yeah, it's just a matter of you stepping into that reality. I feel like, you know, this is something that a lot of people, you know, like they'll hear this, but it doesn't really click because, or maybe like they don't really understand it on a deeper level. You don't really need to understand manifestation on a deeper level. You can literally just vein affirm, robotic affirm, and get what you want. I manifested so many things by doing just that. I talk about it so much on my channel here, but I feel like a lot of you are putting limits on yourself, and like I said, circumstances, 3D, like there's like literally so many realities going on right now. Like literally 2 minutes from now, you could be in a different reality. I remember someone gave the example of like they lost something in one reality, and then they shifted into another reality and they found that something about like keys. Yeah, I think that was Sammy Ingram who talked about it. I'm not completely sure, but it's like she just manifested into, or she just shifted to the reality where she did have her keys. Right now you're in the reality where maybe you don't have what you want, so just shift to that. Just be like, it's easy for me to shift to the reality where I have everything I want. I am that person that has everything that I want. Okay, so yeah, but I am powerful. Do not forget that you are very, very powerful. You can get anything you want in an instant. Oh, I really like this one. Yeah, this is a great blanket, just like self-concept affirmation. A lot of these are, yeah. But I am secure and content within myself. This is so, so good because you can use this in literally every aspect. For me, money security has always been a thing. So, you know, I've just always been good at manifesting like large sums of money. Like I'm literally living in a luxury apartment right now, and I renewed my lease for 2 years, and I have like more than enough to spend on this and go on vacations. And like I did have to work on my self-concept when it came to money because, you know, the thing is, I didn't have my own money until I got my job, right? Of course, like my parents took care of me and this and that. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we were necessarily like rich, but we also weren't necessarily poor. And, you know, my self-concept, like my point is, how do I say this? It doesn't matter what your circumstances were. It doesn't matter what you grew up in. Even if you grew up in like complete poverty, you can still be rich. I grew up in sort of like an average household, but I think I'm doing better than like, you know, my parents, no, maybe not better, but I will say that what I'm paying right now is a lot more than the apartment that we paid for, a 2 bedroom, 2 bath apartment that we paid for in Silicon Valley. And of course, there's like, you know, price inflation, this and that. But my point is like, I didn't have my own money until I got my job in 2019. And it's like, I kind of had like a blank slate to start off with, if that makes sense. Like, but you know, I would just tell myself like it's so easy for me to make money. I feel like before I even knew about manifestation, I would just daydream about money. I would just fantasize about having so much money that I didn't even have to like, what do you call, look at, you know, the receipts twice and do the mental math all the time. Okay, it just happened. It just happened so fast. It just happened really naturally. I just like literally fantasized, you know, me buying a lot of things. I also had Pinterest, so I would just see a lot of images of like a bunch of different shopping bags. And I remember one of the very first like shopping trips that I had in Manhattan was, I even like remember that picture. It's so vivid. I had like I had a Sephora bag, and Ulta bag, an H&M, Target, Forever 21 bag. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had literally spent like $500 that day. And I was like, you know what? This is my reality now, and I'm living well, and I still had like so much left over. Yeah, but I would just tell myself like I love money, and money always just comes to me. And this was before I knew about manifestation. I didn't know about it until 2020. Sorry, that was a really long, convoluted story. Okay, but my point is like even if you, yeah, I've actually seen some people that grew up in money or around money that still can't make money for themselves, and maybe they're like still living off like, you know, their parents or something like that. No hate or shame, but like that's the thing, your self-concept when it comes to money matters a lot, and it's not necessarily dependent on what you went through, because I'm really trying to like push the narrative here that just because you went through something in the past, you don't have to continue to go through it unless it's a good thing. I mean, it's good, you know, I was around money, and like I'm gonna continue to be around money, but this is my money, like my parents' money, my money is different. But you know, I've seen some people where like, you know, they grew up rich, and you know, it's hard for them to get jobs even with their like parents' recommendation. They're not really nearly as rich as their parents. And I've seen the opposite. Their parents grew up poor, and they're doing a lot better than their parents economically and financially. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop it right here. I know that was a long story, but yeah, even when it comes to love, I am secure in relationships. A lot of you are on edge about like, oh my gosh, are they gonna text me or are they not? This always happens, like, you know, 2-3 dates and they just stop talking, or you know, things just change overnight, or sometimes people are really finicky or hot and cold. Just tell yourself, I'm always secure in relationships. I'm always secure within myself, and my relationships always reflect that. That way you will never have to worry about this person texting you or not texting you. Communication will never be an issue. This has worked really, really well for me, okay? When I was younger, I did used to manifest guys that would like, you know, ghost me or like not talk to me as much, but that has not been the case for a very long time. Like, literally like the last 3 years. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, literally right after I got into manifestation, I manifested like, honestly, like one of like the better people that I've dated, and yeah, we talk like every day, and I was a little bit worried too. I'm just like, you know what, like in the past people have just like not been that consistent, but I would just tell myself like, no, I'm worthy of commitment. I'm worthy of like, you know, being contacted and talked to all the time. And it really, like, I didn't even have to do that much. This was, I think, literally like a month after, you know, I got into affirming. I didn't even like consistently affirm. I just told myself like, heck no, you know what, I'm secure and content within myself. I always feel secure in my relationships, with everyone, like, you know, just not even just like romantic relationships, but otherwise as well. And like, you know, my social life is so great. Like, I don't have beef with anyone. Like, I'm just living life, you know, I'm, yeah, living my best life. And it's just like relationships are so easy for me now. Like, everything is so easy for me now. Even if there's like little disagreements here and there, like I don't have to like worry too much, because it's like if I'm secure, of course they're gonna conform, of course they're gonna apologize, or, you know, do whatever that's conducive to the relationship. When you're secure, like nothing will ever faze you, nothing will ever hurt you. Okay, so this is a really, really great affirmation you should use. I know a lot of you have probably heard about this, you've this is not necessarily a new affirmation, but sometimes we just need to be reminded. Even for me, like sometimes, yeah, you know, with the economy and everything, the time I'm filming this, it's tough. But I just told myself like, oh, my job is always secure, and I ended up getting the biggest bonus I ever did, despite everything that's going on around me. Literally, I log into LinkedIn and it's like every other post is like, oh, I got laid off, I got this. And I keep hearing from like, you know, my manager during team meetings that our team's not gonna get laid off because we have more than enough funding, we're safe. Like he literally says like safe. And like that's also one of my affirmations. I always feel safe and secure within myself. I feel safe having money. I feel safe being abundant, living my life. Like, you know, it's been almost a year since I have been in this apartment, and I'm gonna be here for 2 years, and it's like, you know, I still have it, I still have everything. It's easy for me to keep my manifestations. My results are always permanent. I manifested this studio. I manifested living in like the exact place that I wanted to live, in the exact type of studio, floor to ceiling windows, beautiful marble countertop, beautiful luxurious, yeah, kitchen and bathroom with warm fluorescent lights, in unit washer and dryer in freaking New York City. And like I live in a pretty ideal central location as well, where I'm like really close to subways. Life is just perfect. Life is perfect. And I've been traveling a lot too. I travel like every month. So yeah, trust when I'm spending at least 7 to 8K every month. I was actually looking at my bank account and I have like more than enough money. I have like 6 figures in my bank right now. It's easy for me to keep money. It's easy for me to save up. A client actually came to me and said like, oh, how do you like save up? Like she's really good at manifesting, but it would be hard for her to save up. I'm like, you just told me your affirmation right there. It's easy for me to save up. It's always been easy for me to save up and be smart with my money. I'm also really smart with my money. That's also something that you can affirm. Like I'm smart when it comes to finances. I'm talking a lot about finances in this video, but yeah, I mean, this can be applied to any aspect of life. Yeah. Oh, I also like, I'm the best employee wherever I work, okay? Or I'm the best girlfriend ever. I'm the best boyfriend ever. I'm the best husband, partner, wife, what have you, okay? Again, that's great high self-concept. Let's go and pick one more affirmation. I accept all my manifestations right now. Oh my God, I literally manifested this because I was like, what's the other word that I was thinking of? When we got that receptive card, or like I am receptive to my manifestations, I'm open. I was like, there's one more word, accept. I accept all my manifestations right now. You guys, power of manifestation. I was like, you know, I'm gonna get this word, I'm gonna figure it out, and I did. Yeah, I accept all my manifestations right now. That's it. And this is like pretty self-explanatory. I don't even need to go too much into it, but it's just about you like accepting it, receiving it, being open to it. It's not really anyone else. You're not manipulating anyone else. It's at the end of the day, everything stems back to self. So yeah. Okay, anyways, I really hope this video helps. Let me know if you have any affirmations that have really worked for you. Write them in the comments below. I also offer manifestation coaching. I custom make subliminals. I do in-depth tarot readings, and I have a guide out on my Etsy that you can use to manifest love, soulmate love, new love, ex, what have you. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much.